And contemporary actors and actresses, do you get to work with the people you want to work with? Do you get to work with people you admire? Or how do you regard other people in your craft now?
Again, I fall back on the ignorance card. I really don't see too many movies. I like watching old films, like you were saying, but I don't see too many contemporary films.
When you're doing a part, is there anything from the old movies that you can use, that you draw on, that you think about, or is it completely stands on its own as a piece of work?
I suppose it depends. I mean, there's all kinds of certainly inspirations, things that Marlon Brando did that inspire, or Montgomery Clift, or Bogey, or whatever,
Well, these are great influences, for heaven's sakes.
Well, I like them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's talk about the movie. Now, John Dillinger and I, both from Indiana.
Yeah, that's right.
And I, too, started out in a life of crime.
There you go.
But then got into TV. What do you know about John Dillinger that makes him sympathetic, that you liked about this guy? Because now, historically, as we look back on a guy, he robbed banks and killed people.
Well, he didn't technically kill people. He might have fired weapons at them. But we don't know that he killed them.
I see. So it's just that little loophole where...
I tend to look at Dillinger as not an enemy of the public. I think that he was the common man who had, who took matters into his own hands under the circumstances, in 1933, when the banks were enemy.
And everybody out of work, nothing to eat, everybody was poor.
Exactly.
And in fact, is it true that some of the money that he took from the banks he gave back to the people that had deposited money in those banks?
He did. He definitely did. He wouldn't take a working man's money. He wanted the bank's money. He wouldn't take a farmer's or
Yeah. And the story, it's of course got the classic hero tragic flaw ending. Everybody knows how the story ends out. He's gunned down, and there's a love affair with it. But was it fun to make this movie?
It was exhausting, but yeah, it was fun.
Exhausting, really?
It was exhausting, sure.
In what sense? More so than the pirate movies?
Yeah, I mean, it was just a lot of months and a lot of hours and a lot of locations, so moving around a lot. But it was a real pleasure because Michael Mann had arranged for us to be able to shoot in, for example, in the Crown Point jail, where he escaped. I escaped exactly the way he did through all those doors.
With the phony gun and stuff.
The wooden pistol, yeah. Little Bohemia, the shootout was done in Dillinger's room. I was firing through the exact window.
So that was actually in Wisconsin. That scene is exactly where it took place in real life. Yeah, well, it's fascinating stuff. And then also, it looks to me like this film, a lot of it is done handheld camera. Is that correct?
Yeah, tons of handheld. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's. Have you done much of those kind of films before?
No, not really. I mean, I guess because they were doing it in HD, they had the luxury of handheld, all the time. The light cameras, very light. And, yeah.
You know what I really enjoyed? Maybe this is the wrong thing to say.
Probably not.
The shootouts.
Yeah.
And in movies today, they're 90% chase scenes and shootouts. But these shootouts, you really get your money's worth in terms of muzzle flash.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. I know you haven't seen it.
I think that should be one of those things they put at the top of the poster.
Yeah, you get your muzzle flash dollar out of this. And Christian Bale is in the film as well?
Yeah, he's wonderful, yeah. Christian Bale, Marion Cotillard, and Billy Crudup. A great cast.
Yeah, great cast. And it's one of those things where the guy's got it coming. There may be some ambiguity there, but when it ends, you're sad to see him go.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, how can you feel that way about a criminal? I mean, but you can, really, don't you?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it is. I tell you what, let's look at a clip, but we have to do a thing, and then we'll be right back here to take a look at a clip from Public Enemies.